Hello, and thank you for participating in this year's annual Heritage and Freedom Fest Parade. I'd like to take a moment and recognize some of our parade lead volunteers. Deb Hennessy, Teresa Williams, Bill Gardner, and Kathy Wilson. Now, I'd like to move forward with a short video showing the guidelines and rules for this year's parade.
All parade entries must adhere to the following guidelines regarding their entry's appearance. No for sale signs may be displayed on parade entries. Improper use of the American flag will not be permitted. All vehicular entries must be completely restored. Entries missing bumpers, headlights, or having primer coat paint jobs will not be permitted in the parade. The entry described on your application is the only entry allowed into the parade. One banner or sign must be carried or displayed in front of all judged entries. Banner size requirements are minimum 2 feet by 2 feet, maximum of 3 feet by 25 feet. Banner carriers must be capable of keeping the parade pace. Signs cannot exceed 2 feet by 4 feet. All decorated materials must be fire resistant or flame retardant. Any entry with a flatbed float must be fully skirted on 3 sides, the 2 sides and the back. This makes the entry aesthetically appealing to the audience. All floats must carry a fire extinguisher at least 2A, 10, BC rating that is accessible to the operator. Floats must have at least 4 wheel walkers total, 1 wheel walker on each side of the float and 1 wheel walker on each side of the vehicle. Total float dimensions must not exceed 60 feet in overall length and 14 feet in width or height, including any tow vehicles. No entry may sell merchandise along the parade route. Entries may be sponsored by an individual business or businesses in a mutual association. Commercial entries must be decorated toward the parade theme. Both the vehicle and float must have at least 75% of the decorations toward the theme, or will not be permitted event day. A logo or business name may be displayed on an entry. However, the entry should not be used primarily for advertising purposes and must exhibit the patriotic spirit of the parade theme. Business and corporate signs are limited to 2 per entry. The maximum size per sign is not to exceed 2 feet by 4 feet. Commercial entries will be eligible for judging, so be creative. Entries must adhere to general float requirements. Motorized entries, such as floats and cars, will not be permitted to have a support vehicle unless approved by the festival office prior to the parade lineup. Marching units and walking entries are permitted to have 1 support vehicle. Support vehicles must be decorated. All entries must maintain their speed and position throughout the parade. Maneuvering, sidestepping, countermarching, or any other action delaying the progress of the parade or creating large gaps along the line of march are prohibited. Distance between parade entries should be kept at 30 feet. Any unit creating or maintaining a gap of more than 30 feet consistently throughout the parade will not be invited to participate in future parades. We highly encourage groups to perform along the parade route. However, the performance must be in a forward motion and/or marching routine. All entries must stop if a passenger wants to get off the float and walk, or if a walker wants to get onto the float or vehicle. Do not jump on or off a moving vehicle or trailer. If your entry breaks down during the parade, move to the side of the road as soon as possible. Organizations with walkers must bring and provide water before, during, and after the parade. Handholds should be provided for float riders. Materials used in each entry should be fire retardant and not of a dangerous nature. Bike riders must adhere to state and local laws regarding helmets. No child under 8 years of age will be allowed to walk in the parade. Children may ride on floats or vehicles under adult supervision. However, due to the parade's length and overall safety concerns, it is not recommended that children under the age of 8 ride a bike in the parade. Walkers with children over the age of 8 must have a minimum of 4 adults. Candy should only be distributed in pre-wrapped, self-contained packages. Do not throw candy or anything else from a vehicle or float. You must walk to the sidewalk and toss the candy out. Entries that distribute candy along the parade route while towing a float must replenish supplies out of the side of the truck bed or the back of the trailer or float. No water guns, confetti cannons, paper handouts, or fireworks are allowed. No alcohol beverages are allowed at the lineup area or parade route. Remember, the audience is largely made up of children, and the goal of the event is great family fun. Specific requests on parade lineup positions will be considered but cannot be guaranteed. Any entry with live animals must provide waste removal from the time the animals are unloaded throughout the parade route until the animals are reloaded. Any dispute may be presented to the festival staff for clarification during the parade. Failure to follow parade guidelines may result in your entry not being permitted to participate in the parade, and your group will not be invited to take part in future years. The festival office reserves the right to reject any entry they deem inappropriate or not representative of this community celebration. This includes any and all organized groups that appear to be participating for the purpose of protesting for or against a cause. All decisions of the festival office are final. There is no limit to the amount of decorations you may use. The use of ingenuity and creativity in the design and execution of an entry is encouraged and favored by the judging criteria. Any entry will receive added points for music and mechanical movement. Entries will receive bonus points for decorations that fit the parade theme. Parade judges will be at Assumption Church. Do not stop for the judges' review or TV stand. Any entry that stops to perform shall be ineligible for an award.
Here is some additional information on parade day. What to expect when you arrive for the parade lineup. Please make sure that you have your hang tags displayed clearly in your windshield. Parade lineup will begin at 7 a.m. Check-in for Section 1 will take place at City Hall at the Senior Center. If you are located in Section 2, you will check in at Civic Park in front of the Alligators Creek Aquatic Center. By 8:30 a.m., we do have all of the parade participants set and ready to step off. Assignment locations are final, so please do not move while you are already in line. Lineups that take place in Section 2 are to remain on the south side of Civic Park Drive for safety precautions. Regarding road closures and parking, as a reminder, Civic Park Drive will close at 7 a.m. That road closure includes from Main Street through Civic Park Drive and concluding at the Woodlawn intersection. Then, proceeding at 8:30 in the morning, you would have a road closure from right before the railroad tracks through Tom Ginnever on Main Street. At 9 a.m., Tom Ginnever all the way down to T.R. Hughes Boulevard will be the final closing for the parade route. For parking, as a reminder, there is no parking in the parade lineup area. For those of you assigned to Section 1 at City Hall, please make sure that you are parking in the commuter lot or a small portion of the Senior Center parking area. Anything indicated with an X on the map is not permitted for parking that is part of our lineup area. Section 2 parking is located in the grass lot off of Woodlawn, or you can also park in the lower level parking lot of Civic Park by the playground. A few housekeeping notes: we do have portable restrooms. They are located in the North and South Assumption Church parking lots. Also in City Hall, there is one located towards the east entrance of the building, and then along Civic Park Drive next to Main Street intersection. In addition to the portable restrooms, we do have permanent restrooms available located inside City Hall for Section 1 through the east entrance, or if you're in Section 2, it would be in the lower level of the Alligators Creek Aquatic Center on the east side. As a courtesy, the city does offer water stations. As a reminder, all entries should bring enough water for the 2-mile parade route. Before step-off, the water station locations would be at City Hall for Section 1 at the east entrance, and for Section 2 at the entrance to the parking lot of Alligators Creek Aquatic Center. Once you are in the parade route, you will notice the parade leads in golf carts. They will have water on the back of their golf carts. If you need some for an emergency situation, please flag them down. As you're approaching the end of the parade at Tom Ginnever and T.R. Hughes, please notice the end banner located in the left corner of the roadway. You will see our parade lead directing you to the right and to the left for exiting. At this point, there should be no more candy distribution and no further music to be played. Proceed through that intersection until you get to the entrance of the parking lot of Carshield Field, and that is where you can stop to unload any people who may need to get off your float at that time. If you have any questions, please give me a call at area code 636-379-5605, cell phone 314-220-2286, or send me an email at jhoisington@ofallon.mo.us.